Winter storm is churning through portions of the Midwest and Great Lakes, dropping some nice moderate to even heavy snow here as it goes generally eastward. Nothing really big as far as snowfall accumulation on the southern end of this as warm air comes up into it. Shout out to our friends in Cedarburg, Wisconsin at Snowplow News. Major snowfall today, several inches, around a foot. That system will pull out of Wisconsin here as we go through early evening, and it will continue to push off towards the east. It's going to be definitely dropping a decent amount of snow up into portions of London, Ontario, Toronto, eventually into Quebec City, Burlington, Vermont, Syracuse. There you go on the southern end though. That's just pretty much rain. The big story of the storm is going to be that snow and also wind with a relatively strong low pressure system. Look at that squall line that it produces all the way back into portions of Louisiana and Mississippi. Uh-oh, that's blue on there, guys. That is going to be some snow, possibly into the Atlanta, Georgia area. Now we're talking maybe a quick coating or something like that. No big deal. Lake effect erupting across many of the Great Lakes. This will be due to that Arctic air starting to settle in. We'll have that 1-2 punch tonight and then through the day tomorrow and into Wednesday. Multiple rounds of lake effect snow kind of swinging out of the west to east. Portions of Lake Michigan snow belt are going to get hit off of Lake Superior, the Marquette area, Buffalo, New York, into Syracuse, that general area as well. Then some instability snow showers moving up through New England. So a very active period for the Great Lakes Northeast the next couple of days in spots. It's not going to be super widespread, but the cold will be. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Here's your look at the rest of the snowfall totals. Michigan get hit hard with this one, but you can see Canada is going to get the bulk of the widespread snow. It'll be a little bit more hit and miss, generally 2 to 5 inches. You kind of got to get up in towards portions of New England until you start seeing 10 or more inches of snow in any spot. Still a pretty decent winter storm. What about the cold? Well, we're certainly going to be seeing that. These are the temperatures expected as we go into Wednesday morning. These are record-breaking temperatures in spots. Wherever we have the circles, that's a likely new record. It does not normally get to -15, -20 across portions of a lot of this area, really. Once you get south of Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, it's a little rare, and we could see temperatures that normally never see below 0 for the high, certainly settling into portions of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes with windy conditions as well, putting wind chills -30, -40, maybe even colder than that. So the science of the wind chill, it's maybe not exactly what everybody thinks. It is not making the air colder, it's just taking away the heat that your body naturally produces and putting it away from your body so you're not protected by that little dome of warmer air. So that certainly will affect any sidewalk crews or anybody else that has to be outside doing work, mass amounts of school closings and probably other events and festivities as well that will be closed for a couple-day period. Let's pick things up with the rest of the future cast. Lake effect snow still ongoing in spots across the end of the week. We'll see a little clipper system kind of develop and swing through as a trough of low pressure. This might be a 1, 2, 3 inch event in portions of the Ohio Valley into the mid-Atlantic. Back towards the west, we'll see a little development here of actually a decent amount of development. Rain, snow, and this system's going to really start to churn up once it gets into the Rocky Mountains, and it'll start to form and move generally off towards the east-northeast across portions of Utah, Montana, into the Dakotas as well. And then it's going to develop across the middle of the country and swing northward. That's good news. That brings in warm air into the system. It'll cut across the Great Lakes, bring snow up across the northern Great Lakes, maybe up into New England. We'll see. But this will be a nice warm up across portions of the east for a few days before we have more cold air coming down and things get maybe a little bit more quiet. But it's still a very active pattern. What about those temperatures looking like next week? They're not going to be as cold, still a little bit below average for sure across much of the north, but we'll actually see some heat build in across portions of maybe Texas, back in towards much of the south. But we're going to reload. February is probably going to still be pretty cold on average. Accurate weather information, whether it's for snow and ice or whether it's for farming and landscaping, all available at NeoWeather. We'd love to help you out.